Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen, depending on where you are. My name is Thomas Ng, and I am with Genashtim Innovative Learning. Just one quick slide on the business that we are in. Our fundamental business is online learning and support services. We carry a couple of global brands. U21 Global is online graduate school where you can get a master's in business administration or tourism or master's in IT. And this is owned by four very prominent universities: University of Virginia, University of Nottingham, University of Birmingham, and University of Melbourne. We also carry eCornell, which is Cornell University's e-learning program, owned and operated by Cornell University of New York. And through eCornell, you can earn certificates and master certificates that are issued by Cornell University itself. Then we have our own products. Epic Online is a live one-on-one, face-to-face, but on the internet, English proficiency training program, and we do the same for Chinese. So the purpose of my talk today is really to talk about the type of company we are in and how and why we have engaged PWD in our business. So I'm not going to say any more regarding our business services and products. So I think the overlaying message should be that Genashtim, we subscribe to being a 3P company, and 3P today means we are first and foremost, of course, in business because of prosperity. We need to make money, but then do it together jointly with the other two other strategic initiatives in our business, which is the planet and people. So we are unashamedly about profits because we believe that any non-profit type model, which is a deficit model, is not sustainable. We do not want to depend on donors for the survival and well-being of our organization. We also want to be accountable for results. We want our people who are engaged with us, who work for us, to be subscribing very clearly to accountability for results, not just for spending other people's money. So basically, we reap what we sow. Also, we believe that doing it this way provides a lot more dignity to the people involved in our business, whether they are PWD or not. Because everybody is doing a real job, dealing with international clients, and being paid because we deliver something of value, not because of who we are and what we are. So that's the first P, profits or prosperity. The next one is about the environment, and we believe that we choose to be in this business because we believe it's green. Online learning and services is a very green way of delivery of services, and we also have adopted a work from home model where we don't actually have an office anywhere. We are a Singapore registered company, but we don't have an office there. Our people are employed across now 5 countries, and everybody works from where they are. We believe this is a very green way of operating a company because number one is it minimizes commuting, it minimizes paper usage and other resources, it minimizes construction. We don't have to build any offices or buildings to house our people, and because we minimize commuting, there is less fuel consumption, which means that there is less emission of pollutants. So what this does is that it leaves a much smaller carbon footprint, and that's what we aspire to do. So that takes care of P number 2, which is the planet. Then we have P number 3, which is what today's talk is all about, people, social equity. Working with persons with disability, we consider that a core competence of our organization. We look at disabled people, I think, differently, because we believe that um, they are not disabled in everything. A person cannot see, but that doesn't mean that he's totally disabled. So likewise, we believe that everybody has some disability or other. For example, you wouldn't put your accountant in front of a customer to try to sell, because he's not a salesperson. On the reverse, you wouldn't ask your good salesperson to keep your books of accounts, because probably there'll be a bit too much of creative accounting and cooking the books, so to speak. So what we do is that we modulate our work processes. We look at our work processes. We look at the people we have. Some can't see, some can't walk, some can't, whatever. And we try to align the work processes with person's abilities and bypass their disabilities. We believe that by doing so, we create a strategic advantage. And this strategic advantage comes across because we are optimizing the skills in the organization. So a person who can't do one thing probably can do something else very well. And in fact, this is the message I give particularly to our PWD staff. I said, fine, you can't see, but you can do other things. For example, you can't see, but you can type. You can listen and you can type. So my challenge to you is, why can't you be the fastest typist in the whole world? Right? So what would stop you from becoming the fastest typist? Because if you look at the traditional typists, the fastest ones are called touch typists. When you say a touch typist, that means the person doesn't have to look at the keyboard when he or she types. So basically, you don't need to see to become a fast typist. So similarly, the fact that you can't walk, but you can sit in front of a computer, connect yourself to the internet. So doing that, you should be able to do it better than anybody else in the world. A blind person can't see, but he can speak. So why can't you speak better than anybody else in the world? So optimizing the skills, and also because of this engaging persons with disabilities, I believe that we have a much more stable workforce. That combined with our work from home model, I think makes us hard to beat as a stable workforce. Today, we have about 60 staff, of which about 60% are persons with disabilities. Half our management staff are persons with disabilities. So it's not just the menial jobs in the organization. Persons with disabilities are spread throughout the organization in all levels of management and workers. We have visually impaired. We have wheelchair users. We have quadriplegic people. We have somebody who is paralyzed from the neck down. He's one of our senior staff. He's a process manager. We have persons with cerebral palsy, and we have someone actually with Asperger's syndrome. And these persons with disabilities are spread over several countries. Presently, we have them in China, Philippines, and Malaysia. We aspire to hire persons with disabilities right across the globe, so we have no restrictions. We would like to take this opportunity to send some messages out. Firstly, to the business community and the markets in which we operate, the PWD community, and also the NGOs, foundations, and government bodies who are set up to support the PWD cause. Firstly, to the business community and our market. We make no excuses. I think this is the one thing that we want to make it very clear. Just because we employ PWD and more than 50% of our staff are PWD, we make no excuses for that. we provide a globally competitive service, quality-wise as well as price-wise. So, in fact, when we present our business services and our company to our potential clients, we do not talk about our PWD engagement. We do not present that. However, we do not hide it. It is on our website. If you go to our website on the main web page, if you click on the tab for CSR, you go straight into our CSR web pages where we show everything, including an organization chart showing where our PWD people are. The next message we give is to the PWD community, and I believe many of you are here today listening to this. Our message to you is, number one, is perfect your English and try to gain other language skills. And try to perfect your computer skills, learn how to use the PC, and learn how to optimize, maximize everything on the internet. There's so much out there today that's very accessible. You have these two things. You can participate in global opportunities, either by being employed online or by having your own business online. So this is something which I believe that the PWD community should really focus on developing these skills. And we today still have job openings for PWD who are good with English, have a second language, and have computer skills. The next message is to NGOs, foundations, and government bodies. Our message is that please try to focus on preparing the PWD emotionally for global employment opportunities. We do hire and fire. And the reason why we do that is that it's just like any other company. Well, first of all, we are quite liberal about hiring, because if we were to go through very strict screening requirements about qualification, about work experience, then I would say 95% of our PWD wouldn't be hired, because most of them do not come from an environment where they have been given the opportunities in the past. So, don't have the opportunity to get a good, proper education. And also, even many of them who have a good education and good qualification are not given the opportunity to even start to have a job. So we do hire them. We hire them because we believe in them, because we believe they're determined. So our only requirement for employment is actually determination, because we believe that with determination you can learn and you can grow, you become valuable. But we also have to be able to let people go, because of the way we hire, we do end up with people who don't make it. And if we don't make it, we have to let you go for two very simple reasons. Number one is that if we carry too many people who are not contributing to the value of the organization, then the business will collapse. If the business collapses, then nobody gets a job. Remember, we don't take donors' money. We have to earn our money so that we can pay people. Secondly, of course, is that somebody is taking a role in our organization and is not performing or is not able to contribute. We don't look at it as letting that person go. We look at it as we're giving the opportunity to somebody else who is more deserving, who really wants the job. And what we have found in the past is that we have hardly ever, I don't think there's been any occasion that we let the PWD go because of the physical disability. It's always because of attitude problems, emotional stability, carrying too many personal problems into the working time. So I would really urge NGOs, foundations, government bodies to actually help them be a bit more robust emotionally, so that they can participate in competitive employment. The other thing is to set the expectations right, because I think that too many of PWD we hire still are in the donor mode, deficit kind of model. So they think that they don't have an appreciation about productivity and output. Let me give you an example of somebody who we actually helped get a job with a call center, American call center company, who hires people who work from home, and was prepared to take on somebody who was blind. His Rachel is visually impaired. When she first started on the job, her performance was only 20% of the minimum requirements of the company. So we were told that she has to improve her productivity by 500% if she wanted to keep that job. And it seemed an insurmountable task. But in 3 months, Rachel actually managed to get there. And she's now been working with this company for about 2 years. And I think she's doing well. And I can say that the amount of growth and development and increase in productivity that she had to go through is actually higher than any of the PWDs working for Genashtim. And I keep saying that to Genashtim people, is that, if you think that you have a tough job, tough expectations are being set, then please think about Rachel's story. The third thing I would urge NGOs, foundations, and government bodies to do is to develop the soft skills for the PWD, because they have not come from an environment where these skills were taught to them. So things like interpersonal skills, communication skills, work ethics, this is a very, very important thing that we always face. That this job is serious. You're supposed to be working. We give you some flexibility, but we have too often people just disappear and are not there online. So we don't have an office. We work from home, but we want you to be online so that you can respond to us, your colleagues, and also respond to customers. The other concepts are accountability and responsibility, logical thinking, problem solving, etc. Actually, all these are listed in the World Disability Report, which was published last year by the WHO. So it's nothing new. I also would like to bring a few messages from our PWD staff. These are the messages that they send out. One is, do not give us sympathy or pity. We don't need that. Do not give us money. We are a for-profit organization. We don't take donations. We're not even so concerned about rights. Give us the opportunities, because we believe that with opportunities, we can earn ourselves a position in society. And by having that position in society and having financial strength, I believe that rights will come over time. So they want to be able to prove that they can provide a valuable and competitive service, and they want to be paid accordingly. And if they are paid accordingly, and we have a successful business and we grow, because our target is to have 1,000 employees in 3 years' time, and we're trying to stick to at least 50% of PWD, and they become an economic power. And with economic power, I think rights will come. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I believe my colleague Willie is here today, and he can take any questions that you have. I'm sorry I cannot be there personally. I'm overseas at the moment. Thank you very much.